So here's the question for you, Hayden. We've kind of talked about, a lot being broken. If you can fix one thing with this Browns team during the bye week and say it is, but you only get one. You can fix one thing that will be like it was last year or significantly better. What would it be in able to get you the 4 or 5 wins that you need to make the playoffs?
That's the hardest question I've ever been asked. I don't know. Because I think it's just so much. It's a little bit on everyone. It's a little bit on Stefanski. It's a little bit on Baker. It's a little bit on the offensive line. It's a little bit on the wide receivers. It's a little bit on the tight ends. It's a little bit on everyone. I think everybody gets a piece of the pie. So one thing, no drops. No drops. You can't drop the football. That's what I would fix. Because last night we saw with Dimitri Felton, we saw with David Njoku, it makes things, instead of, say you have a 3rd and 8 and you throw the ball 6 yards and you're 4th and 2, you can go for that. You can't go for a 4th and 8. Dimitri Felton dropped the ball right in his hands, right off his chest for a first down. I mean, it's just, the Browns had to play perfect in the pass game last night and they didn't. And, some of that's on Baker Mayfield, but a lot of that's also on the receivers. So can't drop the football. Can't do it.
And, we've said that a couple of times in the games where the offense have struggled. It's been the guys aren't helping Baker Mayfield any from the receiving position.
Yeah, I mean, Jarvis Landry had one uncharacteristically bad day against the Steelers, and that cost him in that game. The other guys that you can't really count on. I don't think Austin Hooper has been a reliable tight end catching the football this year. David Njoku's never going to be a guy that you're like, man, he's going to catch everything. I mean, he'll make a great catch every now and then, but he's just not. That's not his game. He's athletic. He's a mismatch problem, but his hands have never been his strong suit. Jarvis' his hands are his strong suit, but then he can get a little separation. But guys like Donovan Peoples-Jones, they have to be perfect. They had to be perfect last night in the pass game. They weren't, and that's why they lost.
So the question is, does Anthony Schwartz, if he's back healthy, does he help him stretch things out a little bit? That's the other thing that it might help you if you can at least expand the defense vertically.
In theory, it does, but he has no other ability outside of vertical. They haven't. He hasn't gotten open enough, and it would help in theory. I think, again, they miss Odell badly, and I was never on the team to get rid of Odell. I was never on that side of things. I was like, no, I know he didn't want to be a decoy, but he helped other guys get open. He helped Donovan Peoples-Jones. He helped Jarvis Landry. He did. And I know that's, again, Odell is a guy that wants the ball and he wants, to win and all that stuff. And if he's not getting the ball and they're not winning, then, what happened. But they miss Odell. They need to go get 2 receivers next season, whoever they are, because right now Anthony Schwartz is not cutting it. Jamarcus Bradley, who was on the practice squad, is now somebody they're targeting. It's baffling to me. It's baffling. So, yes, Anthony Schwartz could help in theory, but you got to go out and get some players in the offseason.